Hello there and welcome to the Card Grotto. This month I have the absolute pleasure of guest designing over at craftmojo.co.uk. They're a shop here in the UK that sells a wide range of products, a few of the harder to reach products that maybe a lot of the other shops don't sell, great customer service and obviously great prices and everything as well, so I'm really happy to be guest designing for them this month. So first of all, I've taken the W+9 Strictly Sentiment set and I'm stamping it on some Inkadinkado stamping mask paper, and then I've cut that into a strip and I'm just adding it onto this card panel here. I'm actually following a sketch for this card and I'm using the sketch which is the Crazy for Kaz, and I will link it in the description box and also on my blog as well. And so I'm taking this MFT stamp set, this is called the Boca Builder set, and I'm using 3 of the individual stamps, and one is kind of like a grid line, one is sort of diagonal lines, and one is a solid image. And they're all sort of 3 different sizes. So I'm taking the larger of these stamps, which is the grid one, and I'm inking it up with some MFT hybrid ink, and this is the Grapesicle colour. Very, very pretty colour. All 3 colours that I'm using are quite pale. Especially a couple of them are quite difficult to see on camera, but together they really, I think, work quite well and are very pretty. So what I'm doing is I'm stamping them here onto half kind of onto the cardstock itself and half onto the mask paper. So when you pull the mask paper off, that portion of the stamp won't be visible on the cardstock. And because this is a grid kind of pattern on the stamp, I'm trying to make sure that the bit that kind of covers over the mask paper, like between the cardstock, is the portion that is the stamped colour and not the white line, otherwise it kind of doesn't make the line so crisp. Then I'm taking the next kind of size of the circles and I'm stamping it with the MFT hybrid ink, and this is in Snow Cone. Again, it's very light, I don't think you can even see this on camera at all, but it is a very, very pretty colour, and this is the kind of a line, diagonal line. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of trying to rotate the lines as I'm stamping each of them, and just so it gives it a little bit more interest. And again, I'm stamping some on the mask line of the paper, and I have stamped a couple a little bit further up. And then I'm taking the smaller of the circles, and this is the MFT hybrid ink in Pink Lemonade. Again, very, very pretty colour, quite pale. I think you can see this one on camera though. So I'm just inking that up again, stamping a few of those, and this time I'm stamping quite a few off the edge of the mask paper, and then a few sort of on the line again as well. And I'm using odd numbers here, so I'm stamping each one 5 times. This one here I thought I might stamp again, but I didn't. So what I'm doing here is I'm peeling off the mask paper. I ripped a little bit off the edge, but that doesn't matter, I'm not going to be using it again. And I'm just peeling it off, and as you can see, obviously where the mask paper was, the ink hasn't gone. So I'm now going to take my sentiment here from the Strictly Sentiment set, and I'm inking it up with the MFT hybrid ink, and this is in Black Licorice. I've heard it's a very, very good black ink. This is the first time I've used it. It seemed to stamp out quite well. I'll just have to see how it goes. So I'm using my Martha Stewart footed press here, and it helps kind of line everything up. And I really apologise for my head getting in the way here, and what I thought was my hair quite neat on camera, it really doesn't look like it, and it looks a bit of a mess, so I do apologise for that. So I'm taking a white card base here, and I'm going to adhere the panel to the base with some foam tape. I've got a massive roll of foam tape here, this is by 3M. I really like this foam tape actually, and when you kind of peel the backings off, it is a little bit easier. I don't have long nails in the slightest, so it's a little bit easier for me to peel up than having to use tweezers and things like that, but as you can still see, I'm struggling a little bit. And then on the back of this foam tape, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue stick and just add a little bit onto the back of the foam, onto the stickiness, and so it gives me a little bit of extra wiggle room, because the foam tape obviously is like a dry adhesive. Once it sticks on, it is quite difficult to peel it back up or kind of wiggle it around. If you have the glue stick, because it's like a liquid glue, it gives you an extra couple of seconds to kind of wiggle it around. and I find it quite helpful sometimes with the placement. And then I'm taking my clear Wink of Stella brush pen here, and I'm adding some glitter onto the pink circles here. It just gives a little extra shimmer, and I'm not adding any more embellishments to this card. It is almost a one layer card apart from, you know, the actual card panel, and so it's quite easy to post, and but I think the extra added shimmer just gives it a little bit extra. So that is the card that I've made for today. All the links to the products that I've used will be in the description box here on YouTube and also on my blog. And I'll be back next week with another card from Craft Mojo. Here's the finished card. As you can see, it's still a little bit difficult to see those kind of aqua colours. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.